We are on a highway to climate hell with our foot still on the accelerator.
Opportunity for world leaders to show solidarity and take concerted action when and where needed most. Much of this year's focus is expected to relate to loss and damage wrought by climate change with wealthy.
Excellencies, this UN climate conference is a reminder that the answer is in our hands. And the clock is ticking. We are in the fight of our lives, and we are losing. Greenhouse gas emissions keep growing. Global temperatures keep rising. And our planet is fast approaching tipping points that will make climate chaos irreversible.
Inaction is myopic and can only defer climate catastrophe.
The inclusion of this agenda reflects a sense of solidarity and empathy with the suffering of the victims of climate-induced disasters. And to this end,
friends, we are not currently on a pathway that keeps 1.5 in reach. And whilst I do understand that leaders around the world have faced competing priorities this year, we must be clear. As challenging as our current moment is, inaction is myopic and can only defer climate catastrophe.
the inclusion of this agenda reflects a sense of solidarity and empathy with the suffering of the victims of climate-induced disasters. And to this end, we all owe a debt of gratitude to activists and civil society organizations who have persistently demanded a space to discuss funding for loss and damage, and thus provided the impetus needed to bring this matter forward.
Hundreds of Israelis, led by President Isaac Herzog, are attending this year's Global Climate Conference. Dozens of Israeli climate innovation events are planned, many around what will be Israel's first national pavilion in the history of the global confab's 27 years. It is also the first Israeli pavilion of its kind on Egyptian soil since a 1985 business conference in Cairo. A year ago, then Prime Minister Naftali Bennett pledged that Israel would reach net zero carbon emissions by 2050. Bennett made his commitment just before COP26 in Glasgow alongside Energy Minister Karine El-Harar. Israel decided against a government decision on the matter ahead of the elections. Attempts earlier this year to get the net zero commitment included in the climate bill failed, primarily because of finance ministry opposition. The bill did pass its first reading, committing Israel to reducing emissions by 85% by 2050. Net zero refers to a situation in which a country effectively reduces its emissions to zero. This can be done by investing in projects that reduce emissions or that absorb carbon dioxide from the air and either use it in industry or convert it into a form that can be buried for a long time. The 2015 Paris Agreement commits all signatories, including Israel, to reach carbon neutrality in emissions during the second half of the 21st century.
Hi everyone, it's Emmanuel Kadosh. I wanted to invite you all to subscribe to ILTV+, where you can find our daily news and updates about Israel. And not only that, but live feeds, entertainment, our kosher food show, and so much more. Needless to say, your subscription to ILTV+ helps us grow and create more content while also supporting the state of Israel. Our app is available on all platforms and devices, so I'll see you guys there.